Got a Nutone Sea Island here. This was their copy of either Fasco or Emerson, I'm not sure which. If anything, the flywheel is more Fasco-y, so maybe this was their copy of Fasco. It's hard to say. Another one of my favorite Nutones, favorite childhood fans. Seen a lot of these as a kid. The one that stands out to me the most is there was a gift store downtown that had a brown and brass one with white blades. Ugliest combination ever, but I remember it clearly. This is the oldest one I've found so far. I don't know if you can see in there, the motor is a gold-colored cast motor, kind of like a Ritz would have or a Moss. Nutone started with those for spinner motors, then moved to a black cast motor, then moved to a black stamped motor. I have a Hacienda with the gold motor. So, that's this. Amp meter. Started out on low. High, medium, low. Are we on? We are drawing current, but we are not spinning. Interesting. When I spun it by hand earlier, it did not seem as though it was locked up. But spinning it now, the bearings seem very tight. Let me cut the power and see. No, those bearings are very tight. I wonder if it's possible the switch housing got screwed on too tight. Is that? Let's see if that makes a difference. Nope. Looks like the bearings are just really tight on it. That's interesting, because when I spun it by hand, it seemed fairly normal. But, I guess I'll have to take it apart and do some surgery. Let's just check and make sure that there's nothing else involved. So, it's rated at 0.75 amps. So if we put it on high, yep, it's not a bad capacitor. That is, in fact, the correct current draw. It's just got very stiff bearings. And the way that that flywheel is mounted, there's absolutely no way to access the bearings without taking it apart. So it's not like I can just shoot some WD-40 in there and have a functional video. But, maybe tomorrow I'll get a chance to work on it. Or heck, maybe even today, depending on timing. Okay. Well, it was unexpected, but hopefully it was interesting to you. And, let's just see if it does any better in reverse, because why not? Higher current draw. But nope. Hey guys, got the Nutone Sea Island here again. I didn't get a chance to videotape it, but I did take it apart and oil the bearings, and now it spins very freely. Didn't actually take much. There was some stuff stuck in the top bearing that seemed to have fallen in through the holes in the top of the housing. So, let's test it out and see how it performs. Actually, I don't think I ever showed the tag on the top of the motor, so let me see if I can get up there. I don't think in the last video I showed that. Let's see. Might not be enough light to see it. I might have to go turn the big light on. Let's see here. Can you see it? I can see it. Model PFM-52. 0.75 amps without light. 2.4 amps with light, made in Hong Kong. Okay. So it should be set to go on low. So let's start off on low. If you may recall, with the bearings gummed up, it would not start on low. So this is a significant improvement. A decent low speed. I don't know why I thought these had a slower low speed than that, but it's not bad at all. off, high, medium. Low, off, high. We're right around that 0.75 amps there. Seems a little slow for a high speed though. Doesn't seem to be a failed capacitor because the current draws right on spec and the bearings we know are fine. We just rectified that. Maybe this is the high speed that these had. I don't think I've ever hung a 52-inch one before, so I don't know if this is a normal high speed for it or not. If somebody else has one, they can confirm. That seems more like a medium high or a fast medium than it does like a high, so that's interesting. Well, let's allow it to spin down. We can try it in reverse as well. Some Nutones are known for being rather slow. I know Slimlines are, but I've had some Haciendas before and they were fast. I've had some slow verandas and some fast verandas, so maybe there were just variations. It's hard to say. I mean, I could go through and I could replace the capacitor and see if it makes a difference, but again, the current draw is on point, so it seems unlikely. Bearings are clearly good, evidence not just from the having oiled them, but also from the spin down time here, which seems excellent. Nutone is one of my favorite brands because all of their fans are so distinctive. Like, you can instantly identify a Nutone, and not just because the blade brackets say Nutone. The blade shape is distinctive, and that was used on almost all of their fans. The canopy is distinctive. The vents, switch housing. Even when they copied another fan, like the Sea Island being a Fasco knockoff, and the Hacienda being a Hunter original knockoff, and so on and so forth. Heck, the friction drive Nutone is a knockoff of an antique Robinson Myers from the 30s. But even when they did their copies, the copies are still very definitively Nutone. Probably the least distinctive of their fans until they switched to the newer style would be the 3-blade Proline. But even that, you know one when you see one. I think this would be low. I'm trying to remember. I guess we set it off with the thing. Yep. It's drawing a little bit more current on reverse than I was on high. That's interesting. Interesting also that I feel air from it, given that it's going in low and reverse, and I'm standing about eye level with the blades. Off, high, medium. Low, off, high. Drawing more current. Still seems slow though. Same vents as the veranda. Same canopy as all of the imported bell canopy Nutones. Same switch housing as pretty much all of them. I think Hacienda used a different switch housing. I don't know about the decorator. I've never owned a decorator. I think it's the same as the veranda. If not, it's very similar. Same blades as all of them, except for the decorator. So I guess it would seem that they had their OEM, which for the sake of argument, let's say it was safer. There's still some discussion, we don't know for sure, but let's say it was safer. Make all the parts overseas, except for the motors for the American-made fans, and the American-made fans were assembled with the motors here. But the blades had to have been made overseas because they're the same blades that are used in a lot of them. Well, I'll be interested to hear about that slower high speed, and if anybody has any input on that, if that's the way it is normally. This is the older one with the gold-colored motor. I have a Hacienda with that same motor, and it is fast. Okay. Oh, I was going to show you. Almost forgot. Over here is a new unboxed one that I've never unboxed. If I can't figure out anything else, if nobody else has any input, maybe I'll unbox this one and see if that is telling. Of course, that might not necessarily help any because of the capacitor. The bearings could easily be bad over years of sitting. But it's got the installation instructions there on the side. There's a picture right there, but you can see it's got different vents than the Sea Island actually has, which is interesting. Can't remember what finish this is. I feel like it's an antique brass one in there, but I could be wrong. Also, I've been meaning to show this. It's not relevant to the video, but for those questioning old Jacksonville, Nichols Cousin subsidiary Bethlehem Steel Corporation, Jacksonville, Texas. So, hopefully that helped somebody. Thanks for watching.